Hey, how's it going, guys? There's a few things that you got to prepare for of Bitcoin's price action in the extreme near future. So Bitcoin right now is balancing between a very important level of resistance and support, and whatever breaks first is basically going to be the direction that Bitcoin's going to go for quite a while. There's a support level that we're watching. If it was broken, we could bring price action down all the way to 18,500 roughly. And if the resistance breaks, then we can go all the way back up to potentially 25,000 again. So there's a few things that we got to watch in the charts. And yeah, let's dive into it right now so you guys can see what I can see. And yeah, I'll see you on the inside. Cool. All right. So first things first, let's go back to the DXY. As part of your daily routine for trading, the first thing you want to look at is the DXY, so you can see what the valuation's at. So right now we are looking at this head and shoulders structure starting to form, and we were talking about this as potential warning to bring the dollar back to 109.58. If that were to occur, then Bitcoin is most likely going to have the bearish scenario play out, and we're actually getting back above this range, which is an early warning sign that we're likely going to keep going up. And we have this uptrending momentum that we've been following. We thought that maybe we would have lost the momentum here, but we skyrocketed right back up after we had that meeting with Powell and recovered the price action of the DXY right after. Anyways, the technical target, like I said before, is at 109.56. However, we have to be reactional to this downtrending level of resistance that could keep it from hitting that technical target. And if that were to be the case, then you might start seeing reversal formations on Bitcoin chart that will basically trade inversely to what's going on with the DXY. All right, so going to the market cap for crypto as a whole, we were talking about how we were retesting this downtrending level of resistance that's been weighing down crypto since the total market cap of 3 trillion, and it is still weighing us down. We end up breaking this bearish rising wedge structure here, and so when we lost that momentum, now we're starting to form a large double top, and if that plays out, then we really are looking for a beat down for crypto. We can see it go all the way back down to potentially $846 billion total market cap, and there is some FUD going on right now where the government has seized over $1 billion worth of crypto, and we're not 100% sure what they're going to do with it. These funds were seized by illegal use of Bitcoin through the dark web. You can look that stuff up if you guys are interested. The double top here, if this plays out, basically what you're going to want to look for is basically this downtrending momentum, maintaining the downtrend, and if we come up here and we retest this neckline as resistance, then you are more likely to see crypto market cap to continue to go back down to the next point of control, which is right about here. So we could reverse around here, and we could reverse around here before hitting this target. However, if we lose this point of control, we are way more likely to hit this target because there we have a giant valley right here. And we could exceed hitting past the target here, and basically crypto will just be bearish as this plays out. So hopefully we actually recover at this point of control here, where this neckline is, and we end up somehow recovering, but we just got to play it as we see it. We can't just go based off our bias. Anyways, let's go back over here and let's view what's going on with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now, we can see that we lost the support. Basically, we had our first retest off the 50 EMA, and we lost it. And on the daily, we are bouncing off the 200 EMA. Now, this is likely, if this breaks to the downside and this forms as a double top, and we lose this support level right here, the technical target for the drop, it will be roughly around, right now it's at 19,300. So basically what we'd want to see in the price action for the daily chart for Bitcoin is the break to the downside, this act as resistance, and then it will bring us down. And we have this downtrending level of resistance that's trying to flip as support, that could flip as support along the way. So depending on how fast this drops, the descending target could change if we end up having a reversal before hitting the target. Now, one thing that is kind of unique with this scenario is that we had this golden cross right here. And throughout the entire history of Bitcoin, and you can fact check this if you like. Actually, let's do it together right now. The entire history of Bitcoin, every single time we had a golden cross, it was you made money if you were to purchase right during the cross. So if you purchased during this cross, which might a little bit of a delay, so it'll be roughly around here where you purchased, and you sold during the death cross here, you would have made 18%, assuming you weren't able to catch the top from this double top formation right here. Over here, you can see that, from this cross, you would have made an insane amount of money buying at this golden cross and selling at this death cross right here. Let's see what the gains would have been. Roughly around here you would have purchased, and around here you would have sold, about 300% gain off that, and so on and so forth. If you look through the entire history of Bitcoin, you would have a 100% win rate trading off the golden cross, and we're having one right now. However, this would be the very first time in history where you wouldn't have been profitable if this double top plays out right after this golden cross occurs. So we'll see how this goes. But right now everything's curving to the downside, so that's a warning sign there. If you were to measure your trend line here, let's see, from this angle of support, where it's an uptrending channel rather than just this double top layout, you would see that we already had a confirmation rejection off of this momentum right here. And so that's one bearish sign as well. However, one thing that does make it seem a little bit more bullish is that in this structure, this double top structure, we are forming a falling wedge formation, and those normally break to the upside. However, if the structure ends up, continuing the price action below the this neckline, then the resistance might actually keep us from being able to break to the upside. So that's one thing you're going to have to watch. But basically, if this breaks to the upside, the technical target is up here around 25,000. This is always the top of the formation as the target. And the only resistance levels you got to be aware of is basically the consolidation levels that we had during the break to the upside, and this point of control, which actually rests right below this consolidation level right here. So here you have to look out for a potential take profit location, and here as well. And then, of course, you want to try to undercut this point of control level as well for the target. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in the daily. If we were to dissect this price action of what's going on in the short term, we can see we have a descending triangle. We have wick support we have to watch out for. So before entering a short, you typically want to wait for a full body candle on the 15-minute time frame is what I'm looking at right now. A full body candle to close below this support level. And to be extra cautious, what might occur, which usually does occur when you have wick support like this, is when you have your full body down here, you'll likely have a bounce and then the retest. So before entering any kind of trade like this, I would recommend waiting for a confirmation rejection, especially when you have this wick support level right here, and then you can have a more safer entry. And unless you're able to watch the charts, stare at the charts, and react to a potential strong bounce back into formation and maybe a formation adjustment. But yeah, guys, if this ends up breaking to the upside, cross your fingers, then we can prepare for the bullish scenario. And yeah, let's readjust this formation right here. There we go. Make sure everything's aligned. Yeah, all right, cool. So this is going to be in confluence with the falling wedge structure that we drew on the other chart. So if we end up breaking this descending triangle to the upside, you might have a more bullish reaction than the typical take profit location of the descending triangle, because we'll also be breaking the more macro structure that we're seeing on the daily chart for the falling wedge. So wait for a confirmation bounce off of this is what I'm going to do. And then we just got to watch out for local levels of resistance along the way up. I would set your alarms before them, not at them. That way you can look at the chart when it's appropriate. If you start seeing any reversal formations while it's going up towards the target, then you can prepare to close your trade early. But yeah, guys, that's everything I got for you. If you have any questions about this, you can reach out to me in the Discord. I hope this has helped you out in some way. Please subscribe. we're trying to get it back up and running again. And as you can see behind me, there's progress going on in the studio. Each one of those rows is miserably taking me about 5 hours, roughly about 30 minutes per panel. And I'm almost done. I got like one more day left to work, and we'll be all set, and the studio will be at 100% from there. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have yourself an amazing day. Thank you.